Yes, our next guest, yes, Utorishaya Ding Dong. The Kwaito pioneer has been serenading us since the 90s with his unforgettable hit songs like Ding Dong, Pumakimi Zodwa, Sibali Audeli, Nomtandazo. Really, the list goes on and on and on. Born in a musical family, Jonina's musical career started at a tender age of 3, and his biggest hit was when he was 40 years old. It's a little wonder why he's had 26 albums under his name,
26.
guys. Yo, 26 Mololos. Wow. For a few years, Jonina took a break from appearing on local TV screens and radio stations, but now he's back with an old school feel with his 27th studio album titled Time to Time. He has, of course, worked with other legends like Nana Coyote, Steve Kekana, Tsepatola, as well as the late Ray Piri. Oh, did I also mention that he's nominated for a SAMA this year? So without wasting any more time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome music maestro and producer Jonina.
Hello. Hey, okay, Mama. Oh, it's my new dance, Yes, hello. Yay!
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Angel. Let's get straight into it.
Welcome, Mr. Nina.
Thank you.
Your album was in 2009. What took you so long to come back? Your last one was 2009. It's 2018 now.
I was drinking pure water. Well, zininzi I think into zenzile. Just said ukuthi namhlanje ngena ngendaba ezibuhlungu ezininzi ezenzakele apha, so my condolences to all the families and to all the men out there. Bakhona amadoda, like for real men are men. And it's for those nje abasliparayo bamane beyewa, you know. So for those, please man, get it off. I think I'm still working on that now, Nangoku.
Good. Help the society, Budwam.
Yes.
Definitely. So you've been in the music industry for quite some time, but in that time, you need to reinvent yourself because times change, you know? Yes. In the music in the 90s is not the same in the 2000s, not in the same in the... So how do you do that? And how do you stay relevant?
How do you stay relevant?
I eat a lot of veggies.
I had a vegetable soup last night. No, I want to believe that it's about knowing what it is that you want to do in a craft yako, which is very crucial. But more than anything, I think it's important to be connected with your own self, stay committed with your own self, and more than anything, keep on keeping on, because there's lots of challenges. Like you said, how do you stay relevant? Remember that years and years things change. You know, Nangoku starting a Facebook, no WhatsApp, I've got Instagram, but more than anything, I think I want to stay relevant, but it takes time sometimes to adjust to what is happening now compared to what was happening then. So I try my best. I wouldn't say I'm mastering it, but slowly but surely I get there one step at a time.
Yeah. Relevant because you make great music. You're playing one of your fabulous songs. You'll see more of yourself going.
Wait, we have to have the competition. I think it's only fair that he judges who does the best.
So you heard
Yes,
Nina,
and
3, 2.
Hey,
Who's the winner?
It's a bit difficult because I was hoping for a Nina, but it's not a Nina.
You come from a musical family.
Yeah, and it's beautiful like that, ne?
And did they teach you, did they groom you to be a musician, or did you just find it along the way?
I think it's all within the system itself, because I was born in the situation. I don't remember, but I'm told that at the age of 1, 2, 3, and 4, already we were traveling together. Wow. My mother is a backing vocalist in my father's band.
Wow.
So you can imagine when I come back from school, I have to do my homework, and there's a garage full of equipment. Okay, 1 + 1 = 2. Can I say 11? No, it's 2. Okay, I'm done. Then I go that side. I want to play the instrument. Slowly but surely, I think that helped me to be the person I am today, because I was consistent with learning, and I'm still learning today. So being in a family of musicians, and thank you, Mama, she's still alive.
Oh, Mama.
I love her for that because I think it's a voice that always comes out in me, and it's my father's strength. May his soul rest in peace. That still leaves me on with my rhythm. That it is. Okay. Yes.
Mr. Nina, this is so weird to say out
Talking
loud.
to Nina.
Mr. Nina, before you were Joe Nina, you were also in a crew. A lot of people don't know this. With Mdumasilela, you were LA Beat. Okay, first of all, why LA Beat, and what kind of music did you make?
I'm happy you asked that because LA Beat was actually a concept that was created to do cover versions in those days, and it was mid-tempos. And Du was the original person who was producing it at the time. So when I got the opportunity to be part of LA Beat for the first time, I said, instead of doing all the cover versions, can I put an original song within it? And I did, and it was called Boss of the Road. And before I know it, it came to a situation where they call it Kwaito today.
Wow.
And no one talks about it except for me lately. But
Are you the king of Kwaito?
not the king per se, but I think I'm the actual person who created the foundation from the times of Snyaka, from the times of guys like Spokes Age.
Wow.
And I then discovered that if I take this beat and that beat and actually do my own lingo from
King
the
of Kwaito.
township and say Maria Testament.
Hey.
And
So why did you break up? Why did you guys break up? Why didn't you stay as a duo?
it was not necessarily a duo per se. I think the difference was that at the time it was a smaller record company, and then there was Teal Polygram that came into place, which is when I gave them the Ding Dong album. And that was like 3, 4, 5 years later.
Okay.
And he had to go to Sony, which is where him and Lindelane became like wow and big. And to date, we talking about Kwaito, the making, where it comes from. And I'm still hoping for one to come through and come across and say, I actually contributed a great deal into it.
Absolutely.
But now some people don't actually know that your birth certificate doesn't say Joe Nina. It's had lots of other names. Guys, I know.
My birth certificate does say Nina.
So what were the other names you had? Why did your names change so many times? And how did you finally land on Joe Nina?
Okay, my original name is Makosini.
Okay.
When it's being explained, it's like a king among the kings. It goes Makosini, which is why my name
Sounds
is
exactly
Makosini.
like Joe.
Like Joe. you could say that. But in any case, before I became Joe Nina, I was with the record companies those days, Black Diamonds, you name them. And they gave me different names. The first one was Timmy Cool.
Timmy Cool?
Terence McCool and taken. Wait, I gotta say this. Taken from actually a cartoon I loved at the time, which was McCool #1, and the second one was King Rap. At the times of MC Hammer, you can't touch this. I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna give you this. So rap I did as well. Hip-hoppers.
Aspen your vest, watch out.
King Rap.
And then after that, I was called Hot Slot Machine.
Wow. You've been through it all, haven't you? Wow.
At that time, it was the time when music was getting to the mid-tempos and people were taking too slow to get there. So I'd generate like 5, 6 songs in less than
Hot slot machine.
Yeah, like seriously now. Like put the man to Tolingo.
Oh!
Jukebox.
Big time. And eventually, I got an opportunity to be independent. Oh, no, before that, when we, myself and Arthur Mafukate won the Coca-Cola Full Blast, I got a deal with EMI at the time. It was called CCP, and I was called Salimaya. But that was derived from my loving of Salif Keita.
Oh, wow.
And wanting to sound like him so bad at the time, I was inspired. But then we had to also make the groove so that we are proudly South Africans. You know, as much as it comes from within Africa. And Salimaya was my name.
So tell me something. With all these name changes,
Yes.
they've, like you're explaining, had a lot to do with the sound at the time.
Yes.
So when the hip hop was getting cool, you were being called slot machine. You know what I'm saying? All these weird and wacky.
Hot slot machine.
So my question
Not
is,
just a slot, hot
how do you
slot.
feel about the music today? How do you feel about, what do you think of it?
I personally think that there's so much to be done like a music slowly but surely at all times in all aspects, and it has happened before. At some point it becomes monotonous, mainly because everyone tries to sound like the other. No one is committed to making a difference. Everyone is like, what's the hit? Okay, tomorrow I'm going to do the same thing. Hashtag I want to make a hit. and I'm a fast learner.
Parents make cool.
But more than anything, I think there's so much to be done. I hear there's beautiful people approaching it with singing, and it's nice to sing, you know, but sometimes we must know what we're singing about, what we're trying to say to the up-and-coming artists for real now, because we must think of the ones that are coming. Not always try and sing about the moment that we have, the bling-bling that I wear, or whatever it is, that there's so much to sing about, like the tragedies that we're going through now. I think we need to find a song that will find peace amongst us all eventually. But who wants to write about that? It's probably too boring, you know, because sex sells like hotcakes, they say. It's only people who wants to drive the money who thinks like that.
But you know what's so exciting? People don't know you're close to celebrating 30 years in the industry. How amazing is that? So what can we expect from time to time from Terence McCool?
Time to Time is a project that took me like serious 2 years of being in the studio, in and out, working out and thinking and really saying, if I have people that love my craft out there and people that love my music, for once allow me to give you what I really want to give you, not what because the trend is this or the trend is that. But I worked so hard. I remember that the reason why it's called Time to Time, I worked with Ray Piri, may soul rest in peace, who was my partner in forming the label Killer Joe Records. I worked with Pranano Coyote, who eventually formed the trio together, myself, Pranana Coyote, and Steve Kekana. And there's songs there where Tsepo Tsula himself, I hope he's watching, for the first time he says, I want to do the backings for this one. And
That voice.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So, for people out there who don't have the album Time to Time, get it. And more than anything is, I want to believe that I gave you what I want you to feel and listen to, and I hope you love it, because it's the actual plate I want you to eat today.
Fantastic. Time to Time. We wish you all the best for your summer nomination on the 2nd of June. The legendary Joni. We will be back shortly.
When are you sing the ear?